Everyone, Byron Coley.
Yeah.
For Omeed, I'm going to read I think it's the third chapter from Richard Brautigan's Trout Fishing in America, which was really his first novel, although it was published second. You know, it was written in like 60 and 61, but it wasn't published until 67 after Confederate General from Big Sur had come out. It was rejected by, Grove Press, had option on it for a while, and everybody turned it down. And finally, Four Seasons, Don Allen's Four Season Foundation put it out, and it's an interesting book. Sort of a prose poem, the whole thing. Anyway, this is the chapter called C.C. Ryder. The owner of the bookstore came up to me and put his arm on my shoulder and said, "Would you like to get waylaid?" His voice was very kind. "No," I said. "You're wrong," he said. And then, without saying anything else, he went out in the front of the bookstore and stopped a pair of total strangers, a man and a woman. He talked to them for a few moments. I couldn't hear what he was saying. He pointed at me in the bookstore. The woman nodded her head, and then the man nodded his head. They came into the bookstore. I was embarrassed. I could not leave the bookstore because they were entering by the only door, so I decided to go upstairs and go to the toilet. I got up abruptly and walked to the back of the bookstore and went upstairs to the bathroom, and they followed after me. I could hear them on the stairs. I waited for a long time in the bathroom, and they waited an equally long time in the other room. They never spoke. When I came out of the bathroom, the woman was lying naked on the couch, and the man was sitting in a chair with his hat on his lap. "Don't worry about him," the girl said. "These things make no difference to him. He's rich. He has 3,895 Rolls Royces." The girl was very pretty, and her body was like a clear mountain river of skin and muscle flowing over rocks of bone and hidden nerves. "Come to me," she said, "and come inside me, for we are Aquarius, and I love you." I looked at the man sitting in the chair. He was not smiling, and he did not look sad. I took off my shoes and all my clothes. The man did not say a word. The girl's body moved ever so slightly from side to side. There was nothing else I could do for my body. It was like birds sitting on a telephone wire, strung out down the world, clouds tossing the wires carefully. I laid the girl. It was like the eternal 59th second when it becomes a minute, and then looks kind of sheepish. "Good," the girl said, and kissed me on the face. The man sat there without speaking or moving or sending out any emotion into the room. I guess he was rich and owned 3,859 Rolls Royces. Afterwards, the girl got dressed and she and the man left. They walked down the stairs, and on their way out I heard him say his first words. "Would you like to go to Amy's for dinner?" "I don't know," the girl said. It's a little early to think about dinner." Then I heard the door close and they were gone. I got dressed and went downstairs. The flesh about my body felt soft and relaxed, like an experiment in functional background music. The owner of the bookstore was sitting at his desk behind the counter. "I'll tell you what happened up there," he said, in a beautiful anti-three-legged crow voice and an anti-dandelion side of a mountain voice. "What?" I said. "You fought in the Spanish Civil War. You were a young communist from Cleveland, Ohio. She was a painter. A New York Jew who was sightseeing in the Spanish Civil War as if it were the Mardi Gras in New Orleans being acted out by Greek statues. She was drawing a picture of a dead anarchist when you met her. She asked you to stand beside the anarchist and act as if you had killed him. You slapped her across the face and said something that would be embarrassing for me to repeat. You both fell very much in love. Once, while you were at the front, she read Anatomy of Melancholy and did 349 drawings of a lemon. Your love for each other was mostly spiritual. Neither of you performed like millionaires in bed. When Barcelona fell, You and she flew to England and then took a ship back to New York. Your love for each other remained in Spain. It was only a war love. You loved only yourselves, loving each other in Spain during the war. On the Atlantic, you were different toward each other and became every day more and more like people lost from each other. Every wave on the Atlantic was like a dead seagull dragging its driftwood artillery from horizon to horizon. When the ship bumped up against America, you departed without saying anything and never saw each other again. The last I heard of you, you were still living in Philadelphia. That's what you think happened up there, I said. Partly, he said. Yes, that's part of it. He took out his pipe and filled it with tobacco and lit it. Do you want me to tell you what else happened up there, he said. Go ahead. You crossed the border into Mexico, he said. You rode your horse into a small town. The people knew who you were, and they were afraid of you. They knew you had killed many men with that gun you wore at your side. The town itself was so small that it didn't have a priest. When the rurales saw you, they left town. Tough as they were, they did not want to have anything to do with you. The rurales left. You became the most powerful man in the town. You were seduced by a girl, and you and she lived together in an adobe hut, and practically all you did was make love. She was slender and had long, dark hair. You made love standing, sitting, lying on the dirt floor with pigs and chickens around you. The walls, the floor, and even the roof of the hut were coated with your sperm and her cum. You slept on the floor at night, and you used your sperm for a pillow and her cum for a blanket. The people in the town were so afraid of you, they could do nothing. After a while, she started going around town without any clothes on, and the people of the town said it was not a good thing. And when you started going around without any clothes, and when both of you began making love on the back of your horse in the middle of the Zocalo, the people of the town became so afraid that they abandoned the town. It has been abandoned ever since. People won't live there. Neither of you lived to be 21. It was not necessary. See? I do know what happened upstairs, he said. He smiled at me kindly. His eyes were like shoelaces of a harpsichord. I thought about what happened upstairs. You know what I said is the truth, he said. For you saw it with your own eyes and traveled it with your own body. Finish the book you were reading before you were interrupted. I'm glad you got laid. Once resumed, the pages of the book began to speed up and turn faster and faster until they were spinning like wheels in the sea. All right. And now we will have the sweet basement tones of Omeed Goodarzi, and I think this is going to be quite excellent. Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you, Byron. I imagine actually using cum as a pillow. It wouldn't be very good. Not a very good pillow. I just wanted to share. This is a book a friend lent me. It's bird songs. It's a big book because there's so many different kinds of birds. But I don't have to tell you all that, right? Because there's a big book of all of the birds. They make them. You can buy them. Anyway. Sorry. I just aspire to be one, you know? Okay. Just trying to do my normal banter, but I'm playing right now in the basement of Looky Here. I'm sorry I'm at the side. This is the best angle I could get, you know what I mean? Cool. All your life you've burned to win, but when you ride, you can begin. know there's a key 'cause you've studied the lock. I don't disagree, I've just gilded this spot. All your life, new pathways in the familiar has changed again. The moment the forests inferring the trees, the play can begin with surprising ease. Surprising ease.
Nice.
Okay. Well, I've long believed in a dualistic theory of composition. I feel like this is my soapbox. This is the hill I'm gonna die on. Ready to hear about the architecture of the hill I've decided to die on? The architecture of the hill I've decided to die on is that if I can write a song, I could just write a whole album and it would be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, I feel like everybody on this Zoom call kind of gets what I mean by that. And I think that's really fucking cool, that we can, we give so much, creative license to people so that they can do things like that, like make an album and it would be perfect. And they didn't even, because just by being what they are, it would just be so perfect, and I so anyway, these are a bunch.
Yeah, bro.
Hell yeah, dude. And so it's just, I don't, whatever. I just want to show my appreciation because, these little milieus of ours, they're so small, But anyway, I'm going to play a bunch of music I've written. Because do you understand why, though?
Mm-hmm.
I think you all understand why I would say something like that and then do the exact opposite. And I wish to just it's an expression of love for you. So anyway, this is like my cheesiest Steely Dan thing. Ready? Discarded the pearl halfway around the world. Blank stare as long as you can be. You're in the way of a honeybee. Count your path through the mystery. Live your life with your certitude. I won't go. I will be with you. the chocolate's ready! Man, you fucked up for so long. You said what? You were lost dog in the yard. Haul to the moon, make it there soon. I sit in the weeds, hung on the air, watch the earth tear. Why so unhappy? Why you so sad? We've got no money but a place to lay our head. I'm wrong. I've known for so long. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. So love. so glad there's still time. See the oceans below. Down this ladder we all must climb. The elementary ladder of time. Climb the elementary ladder. It's time. Done.
Yeah.
Nice.
Totally.
Wow.
I I've been writing songs like this for a while where I can write them and then I can improvise between them. And so I've been trying to get really good at that. Trying to do that. I don't feel like I know you're out there listening to me. Anyway, I just want to tell you what I think I'm doing. Because I don't think that's so bad. The songs that I played, some of them are from my new album, and then some of them are from my first album I ever did as a solo album, and then yeah. So this is another song from the one that came out in 2020. It's called Kite. The other song I played is about my little brother. It's called Little Bird. That I played. I am like a kite that has lost its string. Watch me fly at night, gentle morning rain. Sometimes in the air, sometimes I am not. I am like a cat that you like a lot. Remember that riff? And now if João Gilberto was in my band, he'd be like, all right, Omeed, that was really good, but a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. And I'd be like, if you say my music is off key, my love, you would hurt my feelings, don't you see, my love? I wish I had an ear like yours, a voice that would behave. All I have's a feeling and a voice God gave. That's right, God. You insist my music goes against the rules, but rules were never ever made for lovesick fools. I wrote a simple song for you, but you didn't care. It's not very long, but all my love is there. Possibly in vain my dream of a life of bossa nova with someone who understands. If I ever see you, I'm gonna follow it through. Yeah, it's my kind of band. Yeah, it's my kind of, oh, you're my biggest fan. I'm your biggest fan. And the category you see is not what all is. You got to get your head together, got to get the quid. COVID-19 coming round the park. Look around, look away, better get smart. This never happened to me before. I'm sure you can relate. And so what if I want to fail? Tip the saber to the gate. To the wheel, set bodies around the road. Can't be like the torrents before. Crash, what does it matter to you? I'm just a rat and I give a shit, man. And proudly calls from far away. I hear what you say loudly. The message is old, but then something new unfolds from your soul, your soul, your soul, your soul, your soul. I've grown a real fondness in my older years for birds. I don't know if you've taken the time, all the different sounds that they make. There are a lot of birds where I am. I wouldn't say more than any normal place. But there are a lot of birds. And we have space to hear them. These birds sort of sound like they're laughing at you. But they're not. They're just, this is how they talk.
Oh.
This is the art. Ready? The next one is well, I'm not really queued up to know which bird I'm talking about, per se. But what about this one? That sounds pretty good. These are some big condenser microphones, so you can really get all the details there. And this isn't like some performance art stunt. I don't play cheap tricks. Okay? This isn't a cheap trick at all. I'm trying to save your ass. Now you can listen to me and you can take some advice from these birds, or you can just get out of the Zoom call, which wouldn't really require you to leave or do anything. But, a very wise man once said that genius is a five-sided flower. And what I take that to mean is that there are lots of different five-sided flowers. But 5 is a funny number. And I don't mean to be so human-centric. Anything, when
Mike Pence really realizes, like, you just want to be like, why?
Wait, what about Mike Pence? I must have been hallucinating. It's okay. I you can come here all you want. I already made my threats to Trump. But I'm here to talk about the birds, That's really what I'm here to do. And all of this really to say, maybe you should abandon the Citadel. It's a thought. I'm serious. Just think about it. Abandon the Citadel. Let the cities become big, I don't know, like whatever they're going to be, like server towers. I hope you can hear the birds okay. I have a couple things I've prepared to say. Believe it or not, that was all from the top of my head. I'm worried I don't have a lot of time to tell you all the things I'd like to. And it's true, there might not be enough time in the world to say all there is on the topic. But then what? You'll likely demand my resignation for such a careless omission. But then again, there are those who would argue that we ought not say much at all, possibly for fear of spooking the looming present in all its liminal, weightless charm. But what's more likely, in my estimation, is their fear of spooking its self-appointed representatives, who are my friends, but who are also unknowingly carriers of ghosts which are mistaken for ideas, especially when those ideas are pointed to their own negation, like a ladder that leads to wisdom that gets to a cloud that you then kick the ladder over with a cool remove, a knowingness of that arbitrary, senseless beauty of each form of knowledge as a distinct prism of belief, yet silently, simultaneously denying the presence a new world may require. Yes, my friends, to understand this is to acknowledge, albeit in the manner in which we acknowledge the floaters in one's eyes, that ideas aren't living, but undead, ghostly apparitions of the past, making the wheels of their eternal recurrence machine twist in all its spiral glory. But please, don't sit too close to that glow. You might get sucked in, but maybe if you're lucky, they'll call you crazy for just making your way back to ground. Well, maybe this is just a flex on whoever's whispering in your ear these days, or maybe whispering in the ear of some shriveled king. But it's times like these that I feel I must reiterate that fear of having a fear is still itself a fear. I'm not fearful of my fear of not being able to adequately communicate. So much goes beyond merely saying what I mean and reiterating its factical, as in derived from facticity nature. Why not just be it for right now, right in this very moment, as your eyes scan along this screen through digital fiber optic wires? Give me the wheels and let me drive, baby. But maybe I'm moving too fast, and I really don't want to alienate you at this point of our discussion, because whatever your self-mythology, what needs to be established between us at this point is trust. And since each one of us are many, we can be quite confident that there's already quite a crowd here. So as for introductions, let's get one thing straight from the get-go. Although many of you here are already hip to the tendency to take earnestly the problems of translation, my name is only important in the sense that it translates to hope, at least in your language. But look, you big fucking crybaby, I know you come to see all philosophies as a sort of soft exercise in filling in some geometric husk of the kaleidoscope. But I sit here and wonder if you could reach out and touch every rung of that kaleidoscope for me. If you could tell me who first taught you about one thing being different from another. Let's touch each sturdy and hot stone, feel what it emits in the world, and know that the fullness and presence of that object lies in the fact of its fundamental hollowness, that the transcendent gap between things and their representations in language or sign is a fundamental truth of things in themselves. The world is, of course, where this all must lead to, like my country shanty floating down the river to the big city. Here, look into my eyes as I ask you. Have you ever noticed the spiritual truth of plants? Have you ever noticed that the bifurcation of plants is much more than it appears? A place to be sung by birds, perhaps. Bird facts for the Carl Sagans amongst us. Here's a fact about a bird. Ready? The syrinx is the vocal cord of the bird. Why is that important? The syrinx is a lot like a synthesizer oscillator. There are two voices and there's two vocal cords, and one vocal cord affects the other, much like the LFO on a synthesizer affects a audible frequency range. Now, have you ever considered that the foundational geometry that bridges one's eye and mind to the greater geological muse of ontology, have you tasted the varieties of spice all over the world? Do you know about the spice centers? Look, are you some sort of Jungian? Have you not encountered the basic truth of the lens? Be they archetypes or not. Not that they must remove, don't you know that you have to remove one thing to magnify another? Now really think about that. You have to remove something to understand the thing you think you're studying. How is that a position? How is that a way forward? It seems like it only really works when you need it to. There are great varieties of spice centers, let me tell you. But must I resemble you in every way? That was a song. Oh! Okay, so I've been going for a while, right?
Yeah, well, you've been going.
Yeah, you should keep going. I got it late. Keep going.
There you go. Keep going. Jen says keep going. And also, remember to tip the artist.
Tip me. I'm trying something new.
There you
and
go.
I'm paying the price.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What you like? I'm paying the price. I'm paying the price. I'm paying the price. And that's what you like. Oh, I'm paying the price. Just come be real with me. Move to Western Mass. Come be real with me. We're gonna start something fresh. 3 chords and a Rolodex. Come be real with me. I'm nice, I swear I'm not mean. Come be real with me. This life, it's like a dream. Yes, I'm thinking of this. I am Huddle Town Tom was the underground. Let me start one more time. Ready? Yes, I'm thinking of this. Tom was the underground all the time. Was so close. Please hold on to the steel rails all the time. And searching like to reach you. Not to be formed tonight, to die for. There's trouble up at Cowbell Pond. The Turlocks are going back to the moon with rhododendrons in a burlap sap, resin on the Hessian violin rag. Going on a walk with a line. Going on a walk with a line. Going on the walk with a line. I just believe in myself. I just believe in myself. I just believe in myself. Why don't you believe? does elapse. I paid my card to the cup in the tomb, and all that I got was some stinky perfume. I knew the fortress was wild and weak. I knew the tired would come out to see. I knew the window was coing the door. I knew the window was coming for more. I had a hunch, a gated perfume turn to sand. Don't freak out. Life offered in a straw bale home. Yo, this little piggy's hair so wind blown, swirling through the upper glass, nodding through your dim romance. Not enough to make it last. Not enough to make it last. Like an ice cream sandwich melting in the sun. I know that cookie time sure will come, and the whispers singling down the drain, through the shallow contours of the city state. Like an ice cream sandwich melting in the sun, melting in the sun. I really love you, and I mean you. The sky above you, crystal blue. Oh, baby, my hair's on end about you. I couldn't see you, I mean to. I float above you, yes I do. And oh baby, my hair's on end about you. Floating, bumping, bumping, plant the saint, the sounds are on the icy waters underground. The say I notice what you did before, and now I'm here to pick up your baton of all the grind. Stop fucking around, part of the world. Stop fucking around, yo. Start having a fun. Stop fucking around, yo. Start having some fun. Wait for the sun to scatter flight. Songs long before through the field of night. Lines light of on through shattered flight. Salt in a turret, the shaft of light. We're cowboys out here.
How about them apples?
How about that?
Give you that?
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was gorgeous, Omeed. What is that?
How do you like this apple?
I love
I
it.
like this apple. I like this apple.
You like that apple, huh?
I like that apple.
I'm gonna bring this apple with me all over the world. I decided I'm gonna do an eco tour. I'm gonna tour green. I'm gonna take my apple with me. Anyway, thank you for letting me play on your lovely show.
Well, of course, thank you for playing. And everyone, remember to leave a tip. I left info in the chat. Send what you can to Omeed.
And his apple.
And his apple, yes, thank you. And yeah, it's a pretty apple. And yeah, what a beautiful, beautiful